Now we get some real entertainment. Can you hear me at the back? My name's Patrick Alexander, but I'm better known as Jude Alexander's husband. I'm also well known as a break dancer, and that's why I was invited here today to demonstrate my skills. But as you can see, during rehearsal, they didn't go too well. So I told my wife, I said, I've broken my hip, I can't possibly do it. She said, well, you still have to be there, you have to be on the stage, because we're doing our costume change and we need somebody on the stage because there's a lot of seniors at the AAC, some of them are even older than we are. And if you're not entertaining them, they go wandering off and get lost. So that's why I have to be here. But I explained, I can't dance, and you certainly don't want to hear me singing, so what can I do? He said, well, entertain them, tell them a story, you're the entertainer. Tell them that story about the new restaurant. And I said, well, I've told that story before. He said, it doesn't matter, they're seniors, they forget everything. They never remember it. So, with no further ado, there was this elderly couple, and they went and had dinner with another elderly couple, and when the meal was over, the ladies cleared the table and went off into the kitchen to do whatever it is that wives do in the kitchen, and the two gentlemen stayed at the table, finishing their wine, and one said to the other, last week we went to, the wife and I went to a restaurant, and it was fabulous, that new restaurant in town. The food was well cooked, the wine list was really extensive, and the prices were great, and we had a really cute server. It was a really wonderful evening out. You should take your wife. And the guy said, well, I've got an anniversary coming up. I was wondering what we were going to do. Yes, that's great. What's the name of the restaurant? And the first guy said, what's the name of that flower? Iris? No, lily? No, it's got thorns on it. Rose. Yes, Rose. And he turns around and he yells into the kitchen, hey Rose, what was the name of that restaurant we went to? We do laugh, but it does affect us all. Even my wife Rose, Jude, and we were getting a bit worried because we do wander around looking for glasses when they're on top of your head and that sort of thing. Do you ever go into a room and you can't remember what you came in for? So we went to the doctor last week, and is this normal? And he was very reassuring. He said, yes, it's quite normal. You reach a certain age and you get a bit forgetful. And he had a great idea. He said that get a little pocketbook and a pencil, and make a list of the things that you're planning to do. And then as you do them, you tick them off, and and that sounded great. And my wife, Jude, thought that was a good idea, but you can't go too far on that. You can take it, it gets silly sometimes. Last night, for instance, we were watching television, and I got up, and she said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to get myself a glass of wine. And she said, oh, well, while you're up, can you get me a bowl of ice cream? And I said, yes, it'd be my pleasure, my love. And she said, well, that's two things. You better write them down or you'll forget. Please. She said, well, it's more complex because I like those chocolate sprinkles on top of my ice cream. I said, okay, ice cream, vanilla, with chocolate sprinkles on, and I'll get my wine, I won't forget that. And she said, yes, no, you must write it down, because I like to have a cherry on top of the chocolate sprinkles. That's three things, plus your wine. This is insulting. I can remember ice cream, sprinkles, and a cherry. So off I went off in a bit of a huff, I must admit. But anyway, when I came back, you'll never believe what she said to me. I gave her the plate of bacon and eggs, and she said, you forgot my toast!